Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of the Sporting Crashers podcast. I'm your host and founder, Eric Martinez. This episode 8 has to do with the Devotee Crashers, meaning those that live and die for their teams, live and die for their cities. I'm honored to have the Devotee Crasher, Kayla Drake, a huge Buffalo Bills superfan representing the Bills Mafia. How you doing today?
Good. How are you? Good to
I'm
be
good. I'm
here.
good. Yeah, we finally got it done. Thanks for your patience on everything. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So before we get into everything, just tell me a little bit about your love for the Buffalo Bills. Not just core memories, but what basically entices you about the Bills Mafia.
Well, I mean, so I guess basically they were the team that I picked as a little kid. I grew
Mhm.
up in a football family. My dad had a team, my mom had a team, my sister had a team. We all had our own team, that we all liked. And they were the team that I picked as a little kid, and I stuck with them since. Little did I know they were probably one of the best teams in the NFL, or maybe the best team in the NFL at the time. And I was just a diehard fan. I mean, my parents, I will give credit to them. They were major, major diehard football
Yeah.
NFL fans and college too. But just seeing them being so devoted to their teams kind of, bred through me. And I've just loved them since, and I feel like they've always kind of been the underdog. And I love seeing them finally kind of, get on top for once. And it's just amazing.
Now they must have been through all of the '90s success, but also failure. Well, not really failure because you get to the Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
you don't see it through. So that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
pedigree, little loyalty that you show and respect from your family.
Yes.
That's good. Now, before I want to tap into the James Cook contract situation, but first I had a question just off the top because I'm looking at those helmets that you have in the background. That's super
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
What was your favorite uniform design? Do you like the old school Buffalo or do you
I
like
love the old school. I love
okay?
it. I do. I love it. It's so classic.
Mm-hmm.
I like the red helmets too and like the
Mm-hmm.
classic Buffalo logo, but I do love the old school logo. Like I just think it's so clean. Like I love the Buffalo just profile like that. I love it. I do love the old school. Yeah, it's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I always look forward to what Buffalo's going to wear because
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of both. The only one that I didn't really gravitate towards was when they had that little box navy. They had the red helmets and it was like a white jersey and then it was blocked. It was around the Marshawn Lynch era.
Oh, okay. Oh,
A
yeah.
little bit older,
Okay.
but yeah, I wasn't really a fan of those. But
Yeah.
I like what they got with the design and the color scheme always. Um,
Yeah.
so, as far as James Cook is concerned, what do you feel? First of all, contract money and things of that nature. From what I'm hearing, it's not completely dead. It's not like it's not going to
That's
be
what we
resolved.
hear. Yeah.
So first, obviously, fan base, you know how important he is to the organization, not just being the running back, but also what he provides as far as dynamic, explosive.
Right.
So
Yeah.
make your case. Why is it so important to get this done, even before training camp or during training camp, so you guys can have
Yeah.
that momentum going in?
I think honestly, he's amazing. I mean, he is truly one of, in my opinion, top five running backs in the league for sure. Like he's incredible. I know there's some debate on that.
Mhm.
I know people say he can't block or this or that, but I mean, last season, the points he put up and the effort he made to get the touchdowns and the runs, like it was just incredible, and I feel like people forget how long we didn't have a good solid running back. I mean, it was for a long time, like and McCoy, like I said, Shady, like he was great, but he was not, I don't feel like he was even close to where James Cook is, that's my opinion. I know he's asking for a lot. Do I necessarily agree with the amount? I mean, I feel like if we can afford to pay him, we should,
Sure.
because again, I don't feel like the other dudes, and not that they're not, they're still good. Davis is great. He's great, but I don't feel
Hmm.
like he's quite as, good as James Cook. And I do feel
Sure.
like he should get paid. And I think our team, we need him, we truly, he saved our asses so many times last year. And I think that he's ready to play. And I feel like that should be, reflected monetary. So
Hmm.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think he's been consistent, even in Georgia. I mean, the guy is, he's a he can handle workload. He can
Hmm.
basically show consistency. I mean, when we
Yeah.
talk about numbers, we're always talking about, things about, well, who deserves this amount? Can you pay him? Well, unfortunately, when it comes to the market value, and we're talking about a running back that has been consistent in statistical categories of staying consistent, yards per carry, things like that. I mean, it's hard for us as fan base and people that might not be in the room when you're putting together the budget and things like that. But does he deserve it? I mean, I think that he's going to continue to earn it. So I think that's the
Hmm.
most important thing when you're a fan base.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so you being a part of Bills Mafia, two things I had a question with. Tell me about that. I mean, I've read all about it. I've seen it. I haven't been to a Bills game. I haven't been to Buffalo before. But tell me about any chance that you might know, like singing or things that are being said at the Buffalo Bills, and then tell me about breaking the tables because that always excites me when I'm like, what? Would they do what in freezing weather? What's that all about?
That's honestly, I've only been to one home game.
Mm,
I did go to training camp last year. I was supposed to go to another home game last year, but it just didn't work out. So the tables thing, to be honest, do I know the origin of the tables? I don't know the
sure.
origin of the tables. But it's badass, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I
Yeah.
love that the Bills Mafia is just so like they just really don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
like, and I
Yeah.
love that
Exactly.
attitude about them. Like they are blue collar, like they are small town, and they love the Bills. Like they love their NFL team. And that's what I love about the Bills Mafia. They are diehards, just like how I've been my whole life growing up. But yeah, they're wild and I love it. And they're chill too. I feel like they're like a good fan base. Like they're not like the Eagles,
Hmm.
they're like not like dicks like them.
Yeah.
Hate to say
Yeah.
it, but it's true.
No, I got you. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's fan bases that you just kind of put on with your whatever.
Right. Or like the
Um,
Cowboys, like they're dicks too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm currently in Dallas, so
Oh,
I no, no, it's okay. I kind of see. I mean, I would say a lot of it has to do with, and I use the word delusional, and I'm not trying to say it
yeah.
disrespectfully, but at the same time, you can't puff out your chest if you haven't been to the Super Bowl since the mid
Right.
'90s. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I know
So,
it.
but
I
then their
know.
argument is always, yeah, but then why do because I'm a Raider fan, obviously, and it's
Okay.
like, well, we were in 2002 against the Bucks,
Yeah.
2002, 2003, but we don't go around, saying, oh, it's our year. I mean,
Right. Right.
yeah, we would
Right.
love for it to be our year,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
realistic sometimes. So
Yeah.
no disrespect to the Cowboys fans watching or Eagles fans,
For
but it is
sure.
what
For
it
sure.
is.
For sure. Love
Um,
y'all.
but yeah, so you mentioned you've been to a game, but tell me what's it actually feel like? Because I know you're in Utah, so I
Yes.
know you guys get a nice little fresh powder of snow every year. But
Yes.
the Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York, what's that feel like? Because I mean, there's only so much that we can watch on TV and say,
Right.
oh, it's like the frozen tundra, but like what is that like?
I mean, it's funny because I argue with my husband about this all the time. I always say there's so much snow here in Utah. I grew up actually in Logan where it does snow more than
Mm-hmm.
where I currently live, but he has always proved me wrong. It does snow more upstate New York. When we did go, it was not quite snowing yet. It was still like very cold. But watching even the games just last season, the snow that they get in that stadium is just insane. Like having all the fans come and clear the snow out. Pay them, $20 an hour. Like I love that. And it's
Yeah.
it's crazy. I would love to experience. I was hoping to go again last year for a snow game. Didn't happen. Maybe this season it will. But yeah, the snow is crazy. It's crazy. But it's cool because the whole community is there to help clear the snow. I mean, I think it was 2 seasons ago, all the players, their trucks and stuff were like buried in the snow, and there's like fans out there helping clearing them out. Like their neighbors are help clearing them out. It's just, again, the community of Buffalo is just amazing that way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me your thoughts of the new stadium that's being built, like the new technology. I mean, I know There's a lot of stadiums that are going, I mean, they need to be upgraded. There's so many things that a lot of these places need. And when I think of
Hmm.
Buffalo Bills, I mean, they have not changed that stadium for years, and that's
Right.
decades and decades. So, tell me about that, and as far as the excitement that might be, because I believe they are still keeping it an open roof, right? It's still going
Yes.
to be
Yep.
taking advantage. Yeah, but they're
It is
just,
going
I
to be
think
an open roof.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're covering the fan section or whatever. So tell
Yes.
me how
Yeah.
important that is, the advantage.
Oh, I think it's great. I mean,
Hmm.
honestly, again, lots of debate on that. Lots of people are like,
Sure.
it should be closed. Like, I get it, but here's the thing: is the snow is so heavy.
Hmm.
I don't know if the roof would even be able to withhold all the weight of the snow. Because it's not like just light powdery snow like we get in Utah. It's like heavy, condensed, wet snow. So even if we did have a roof, I don't know if it would even be beneficial. But I think it's good. I like that. I like that we have that advantage. I mean, being in Buffalo, like you're going to play in the cold, you're going to play in the snow, and that's what our team is trained for. And I absolutely love that about them. I think it's awesome that they're going to keep it open. I love that they're going to keep it, closed in to kind of keep the fans dry. It's supposed to be a super loud stadium too. So I'm just excited. I'm super excited about it. I think it's well deserving. I feel like it's just perfect for the way the Bills have been heading. We've been going up and up and up every single year. And I think this is deserving, which it's reflected on how they've been playing. I love it for them. I think it's great.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. You had major contributions from your 2024 rookie class. Really helped longevity of the season. Injuries, coming in, stepping in, playing right
Hmm.
away. You mentioned Davis, obviously. The league got a chance to see what kind of a player he is, not just a
Yeah.
toughness, but you can kind of use him. He's versatile. What do you see from this 2025 rookie class, this draft class? Who stands out to you? And
Well,
I know
I
there's a few of
honestly,
them that,
yeah, I think Harrison's going to be great.
hmm
I'm super stoked to see what he does. We needed a good corner. I'm excited to see him. I know not this class, but I think from last year,
yeah.
I do feel like this year Keon Coleman is going to have
hmm
a breakout year, and I also feel that way with Kincaid. I mean, I know he was injured last year, and same with Coleman. But
Yeah.
I do feel like this season, I think this is going to be a strong year for both of them, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what you guys the edge rusher that you got out of Arkansas, third round,
Oh
Landon
yeah,
Landon Jackson.
yeah,
I like
yes,
I like players that, and again, every time that we break down certain players from different rounds, everyone says, "Oh, of course, the obvious choice, did they play in the SEC?" Well, that's not always the case. Some guys, they play in the SEC and they don't pan out, but sometimes you need physicality, and when it
hmm,
comes to quarterbacks that you may play against, if you get the home field advantage, you need to just make them feel completely uncomfortable in the pocket. And, now looking at that division, you got some quarterbacks that, if you put a little pressure, that's just how it's going to go.
yeah.
What game are you looking forward towards this season?
Honestly, I feel like right now my mind's just so set on the Ravens, the opening game Sunday
Yep.
night with the Ravens. That game
Yep.
is going to be hot.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm nervous for it. I mean, every time we play the Ravens, I'm always like a little nervous.
Yeah.
That last playoff game last year, I know they are looking for blood after that. So I'm excited for that. And I'm also excited anytime we play the Dolphins because I swear to God, Tyreek Hill talking so much shit. I just like cannot
Yep.
wait to see them get their
It's
asses
going to
kicked.
be a good
I
one.
mean, you never know what can happen, but we
That
should
one's
kick
going to be
their
good.
ass,
So I
Yeah.
always look for with Thursday night matchups. I think you guys played the first time they played the Dolphins. It's a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love those because sometimes everybody always complains, oh, well, there's not really good matchups. That's a good
Yeah.
one. I
Yes.
like a few of them, but for the Bills, I love the December 7th, Joe Burrow, Josh
Oh, yeah.
Allen.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
That's always a good
That's
matchup. It's
always a
always
good
a good,
matchup.
again, you never know with Bengals. They are a scary team. They are scary. Joe Burrow's great. So, and I'm excited to play the Eagles too. I feel like that's a good, coulda, shoulda, woulda been for last year, us being in the Super Bowl. I'd love to see how we play them this season and how that pans out. So I'm excited for that game as well. And it's a home game, so that's cool.
That's right. That's right. So your leader, Josh Allen. Well, there's a few leaders on your team, but Josh Allen, the quarterback,
Mhm.
consistently what we've seen from him in the league, you kind of pretty much know what you're going to get, but you don't know when and how you're going to get it. That's kind of
Right.
my best thing because he's shown so much versatility at the
Yes.
quarterback position. In terms of consistently doing something this season to get to the next step, which is obviously to play in the Super Bowl, let alone the AFC Championship game. What do you think from an individual standpoint that he needs to do to win the AFC to get everything up and running?
I honestly, I feel like if he just keeps on doing what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
he slowed down those interceptions last year. He was so clean last season. And I feel like if he can continue doing that, and keep, I mean, I know the tush push is a little controversial, but he kills it. He's a big dude. Like he can pull it off. And I love that. We still do that play. I know McDermott doesn't like it, but I know we're gonna continue to use that. I feel like that's a key thing. He's a bulldozer. So I think if he continues to do that really well, which he does, and makes those run plays. I love seeing Josh being able to just play as Josh. I do feel like sometimes they kind of pull him back a little bit, and don't, which I get. You don't want your quarterback to get hurt. I understand the
Sure,
concept,
sure.
but I love it when he feels comfortable enough, or they let him, kind of do his thing, because he is amazing. He'll make it work if he can. He'll hurdle dudes, he'll push them through. Like do what he has to do.
Yeah.
I love watching him play like that. So I think if he can kind of find the balance of doing that and making those clean passes, I think we'll get there.
Yeah, I actually agree. That's, he's very mindful of his decision making.
Hmm.
Um, Physically, he knows he can probably run every play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If he really wanted to.
for
I mean,
sure.
of course, if you ask him if it's first and goal from the three, he's like, "Give it to me. Don't give it to the running
Right,
back." I'm sure.
right.
So yeah, I do agree with that. Now, this next question, I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to get a coach fired because that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to see, and this is the best question for a Buffalo Bills
Hmm.
fan, considering everything that happened in the 90s and, of course, where we're at right now, because you're still considered one of the AFC favorites. I mean, every single year, besides,
Hmm.
it's Mr. Patty Mahomes and everything like that.
Right.
But Coach McDermott, we talk about giving opportunities. We talk about having someone be given the tools to they need to be successful in the NFL and taking a team. Two-part question. First, how many wins you guys think, or how many wins do you think that you guys will have this year? I mean, again, you have to break down the schedule, but I mean, and then also what would be considered successful for the Bills? Is it Super Bowl or bust? And if so, what how much patience does the Bills Mafia actually have where it might be continuous? Hey, we almost got there. We almost got there. And
Right.
at what point
Mhm.
is a change need to be made?
Yeah, I hate that question
Oh
because
yeah, I know.
I'm very, I'm like the opposite of probably what most fans. I like, to keep things the same,
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh, we're so close. Oh, this,
sure.
because a lot of times when we lose, it's like, yes, sometimes it's in our control, but not
Hmm.
always, and it's hard for me to think about, change, getting rid of players or coaches, because I do feel like, we were in such a drought for so long that we're
Mm,
finally at this point. And it is hard because we always do get so close, and I do agree, like, yes, Coach McDermott, yes, maybe he has made some bad choices. I don't feel like he's perfect at all,
sure.
but I do feel like he's great. I do feel like he's been good for our team, in my opinion, and I can't see in my mind another coach coming in and doing as well as he has, in my
Mhm.
opinion. I
Yeah.
truly can't imagine another coach. I mean, not I'll say I will say Andy Reid. is amazing. He's an amazing coach. Would he be great in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Maybe. Like,
Yeah.
he's a great coach. I don't want to compare the two, but I don't feel like anyone else would be as good of a coach as McDermott. That's my opinion, though. I feel like, again, he's not perfect. Haven't loved all the choices he's made. He's made some bad choices for sure. But I don't feel like his negative, calls like outweigh
Hmm.
the positive calls that he's made.
Yeah.
I
No.
don't know. I
No,
like
no.
again. I'd
I
like to
mean,
keep things
it's
the same.
yeah. I don't think it's a right or wrong answer. I just think that
Yeah,
sometimes, and that's the most important thing when it comes to, especially a Buffalo Bills fan that has that whole. I mean, you have a family legacy of watching things that were great, but they weren't. They were consistently great to get there, but it didn't
yeah,
get you over the hump. So it's kind of how I feel like what I see from them right now is that they're always going to be in conversation,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're going to have another shot this year. And it's
Yes.
almost like, at what point do we at least address it to say, well, let's break down what went wrong, right?
Right.
And then we have to
Right.
see how do we fix it. And I think,
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's in every sport and every team, but I think
Yes.
that that's definitely important to say because sometimes, I mean, just being a Raider fan, there was a span of, rest in peace, Al Davis, a span where if Al wasn't happy, sorry, you're gone. Here comes the next guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the formula either. Like you're saying, so sometimes it's not about changing that position or changing the head coach. And maybe it's just a matter of what players can actually play for this style of coach,
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
like that. So there's a
Yeah.
lot to it. What's one team? I know you mentioned the Dolphins. What's one team that when you guys play, when Buffalo plays, you're just like screaming at the TV even more because
Oh my
you
God.
just want to beat them so bad? Is it
Oh
a
my God.
division
Well,
opponent?
I mean, any divisional team for sure. I
Mm,
also feel like obviously the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yes,
The Chiefs, we gotta be the Chiefs. Like,
yes,
oh my God, I cannot. I know we beat them in the regular season. For some reason, we can't
yeah,
get get them in the playoffs. Those games are always like, oh my
yeah,
God, the most nerve-wracking. I think that anytime we can beat the Chiefs is, and the Patriots too, because the Patriots, like, I don't know, again, any team in our division, um those big shit talking teams, you know what I mean?
yeah. No,
Cowboys and
for sure, yeah, yeah. You own any special memorabilia from the team?
I do have a lot of stuff. I just recently got a Jim Kelly
Oh,
jersey that has
nice.
some verbiage on it. It kind of has like
Mhm.
all of his records, and that's a pretty special one. I've been thinking about maybe doing it as a giveaway item, but I'm like,
Oh, nice.
should
Okay.
I hold on to it? I don't know.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, stay tuned for the listeners and
Yeah.
subscribers. She might
Yep.
put it out there.
It's pretty
Not
cool.
not to date myself, but I actually grew up watching Thurman Thomas. I think
Okay.
that's
Yep.
that's a running back that whenever everybody mentions the greats, the Emmett Smiths, the Barry Sanders, Eric Dickersons of the world, I always think like he has to be mentioned. He's
Yes.
just consistently one of the greatest. So yeah, awesome. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you being on the show. I hope you had a good
Absolutely.
time.
Thank you so
If you do
much.
go to the games this year, please drop me videos
Oh,
and
for
and
sure.
and photos, and we will make sure we let the subscribers know that you're out there representing Bills Mafia.
Awesome. I will for sure.
All right. Well, take care. Thanks
Yay.
again for
Thanks,
joining the
Derek. I
Sporting
appreciate
Crashers
it.
podcast. All right. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Bye. So another episode came and went. Thank you for your patience. Like I said, for this one, this was the Devotee Crasher. This was for the Buffalo Bills and the Bills Mafia. Good luck to you. I do want to see how far they go in the AFC East, and I want to thank my guest, Kayla Drake, aka Utah Buffalo Bill. And we will be seeing much of her later in the year as she will be attending a Buffalo Bills game and reporting for the Sporting Crashers podcast. Much love and much respect to my whole team. And a big shout out to OSC Training and Field Vision Films. Stay tuned for the podcast episodes that are going to be dropping. We are dropping them the 1st and the 15th of every month. So this episode will be dropping August 1st. Episode 9 will be dropping August 15th. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey and experience. Till the next time.